Section 1. The Cage of Comfort. Sometimes success does not free you. It traps you in a life you can no longer honestly love. That sentence may land in your heart with a quiet thud. You may read it and feel a familiar ache deep in your bones. You are not alone in this feeling. So many of us chase a dream. We work hard, we climb. Then one day we arrive. We look around at the life we have built, and we realize it is a beautiful house that no longer feels like a home. This is a truth many people know, but few people speak aloud. We are taught to see success as a bright, open space. We believe it will bring us freedom. It promises money. It promises security. It promises the respect of others. It is supposed to unlock all the doors that were once closed to us. And for a while, it does. The doors swing open. The light pours in. But over time, without us even noticing, that success can build walls. It can create a life that looks like the very definition of freedom from the outside. Yet, from the inside, it begins to feel more and more like a beautifully decorated cage. Imagine a person standing in a stunning apartment high above a city. The view is breathtaking. The furniture is elegant and spotless. The closet is filled with expensive clothes. The calendar is packed with important meetings and social events. Friends and family visit. They look around and say, with genuine admiration, "You have it all." They see the picture of a perfect life. But inside, that person feels a slow creeping exhaustion. Each morning, the weight of the day feels a little heavier. The life fits the polished image, but it no longer fits the soul. This is the strange paradox of a certain kind of success. The comfort it provides can become its own risk. When all our basic needs are met, and then some, a new kind of fear can begin to sprout. It is the fear of losing what we have worked so hard to gain. This fear is not just about money, though that is part of it. It is about the rhythm of our days. It is about the habits and routines we have built to keep ourselves safe and comfortable. The idea of disrupting that safety, of stepping into the unknown, can feel terrifying. So we stay. We stay. Section 2. The weight of a title. The comfort of a successful life is a powerful anchor, but identity can be an even stronger one. It can bind you in ways you do not expect. We all tell stories about who we are. We build our identities around our roles. I am a doctor. I am an executive. I run this nonprofit. These statements are not just descriptions of our work. They become the very foundation of who we believe ourselves to be. They are the labels that help us, and others make sense of our place in the world. They feel solid. They feel true. These identities become our home. They are familiar and respected. But what happens when that home starts to feel too small? If your entire sense of self is built upon what you do for a living, then any thought of change can feel like a personal crisis. It threatens the story you have told yourself for years. To say, "I want something different," can feel like admitting that your life has been a mistake. It can feel like you're about to lose your own face. The shame of that possibility can be overwhelming. So you push the feeling down and keep going. Fear plays a huge role in keeping us stuck in these identities. We fear that if we step away from our titles, people will no longer respect us. We worry that they will see us as failures or as people who could not handle the pressure. This fear of judgment is a heavy burden to carry. It is the voice that whispers, "What will they think?" The approval of others has a way of becoming a quiet authority in our lives. We perform the role we are given because the applause feels good, even if the role itself is draining us. This attachment to identity is not about being weak. It is about being human. We all want to belong. We all want to be seen and valued. Our professional titles often give us a shortcut to that feeling. They announce our worth before we even say a word. Letting go of that can feel like stepping into a void. It requires a profound act of courage to separate who you are from what you do. It means finding a source of self-worth that is not dependent on a business card or a job description. It means learning to say, I am more than my work. Section 3. The price of admiration. Social respect is a powerful force. It is a warm and comforting light. When people admire you, it feels good. They nod when you speak. They introduce you with reverence, listing your accomplishments. These small moments of recognition are meaningful. Bricks and mortar that build a life others see as successful. They validate the long hours and the sacrifices you have made. Who would not want to be held in high esteem? Who would not want the respect of their community? This is a natural human desire. Yet this admiration can hold you in place. It can become a cage with invisible bars. Stepping away can feel like a profound betrayal. You may fear letting down your family. You may fear letting down your colleagues. You may fear letting down those who look up to you. You may feel a duty to maintain their image of you. This obligation can be incredibly heavy. It can keep you in a life that feels hollow and wrong. There is a strange, quiet comfort in being admired, even if inauthentic, praised for skill at a job you no longer love, complimented on your charm at social gatherings where you feel unseen. Praise can be a powerful anesthetic. It can numb the inner voice that cries out for more. You are seen, but you are not truly known. Small kindnesses make the internal cost seem worth it. The applause, however quiet, can feel like a payment that buys your silence. It becomes easier to play the part than to face messy, uncertain truth. The fear of disappointing others can beat the desire to be true to yourself. You become a caretaker of other people's perception. In doing so, you can lose touch with the person you were meant to be. It is a high price to pay for being well-liked. Section 4. The golden handcuffs. We often hear the phrase golden handcuffs to describe this very situation. The words themselves paint a vivid picture. They point to a life that pays you well but also binds you tightly. It is a life of luxurious confinement. And while the phrase is often used in the corporate world, it is not just about a high salary. The gold is everything that comes with the success. It is the generous benefits package. It is the stock options. It is the professional network. It is the prestigious company name on your resume. These are the prizes, but they can also be the prison bars. Thinking about leaving such a situation is incredibly difficult. The handcuffs are not just made of gold, they are also made of comfort and security, the consistent paycheck, the health insurance, the retirement plan. These things provide a powerful sense of safety in an uncertain world. They allow you to provide for your family, to live in a nice home, to plan for the future. Giving that up feels irresponsible. It feels like a foolish risk. The practical, logical part of your brain will give you 1,000 reasons why staying is the only sensible choice. But this experience is not limited to the world of business. An artist who finds commercial success with one particular style may feel trapped, unable to experiment for fear of losing their audience. A doctor in a respected specialty might dream of working in a rural clinic, but feels bound by student loans and expectations. A teacher who is beloved by their school might feel called to a different path, but stays out of a deep sense of loyalty. The form of the handcuffs may change, but the feeling of being beautifully trapped remains the same. This is why naming the situation is so important. Using a term like golden handcuffs helps us understand the dual nature of our experience. It acknowledges that the rewards are real and valuable, while also validating the feeling of constraint. It gives us a language to describe the conflict between our gratitude and our longing. It helps us see that we are not ungrateful for our success. We are simply waking up to the fact that the price of that success might be our own authenticity. And that is a price that can become too high to pay. Fear plays such a large and powerful role in this story. It is the silent guardian of the life you know. When you think about making a change, fear is the first voice you hear. It speaks of all the things you stand to lose. It reminds you of the stability you have built. It paints terrifying pictures of failure and uncertainty. It whispers about the judgment of others, imagining their disappointment or their "I told you so" looks. Fear is a sensible and protective instinct. Its job is to keep you safe from harm. But the same fear that keeps you safe can also keep you small, you know. It can prevent you from growing into the person you are meant to become. It can take the days that are already shrinking and make them feel permanent and inescapable. The fear of loss is particularly strong when you have a lot to lose. The more success you have, the more you have to risk. This is the paradox. The very things that were once your greatest achievements can become your greatest obstacles to change because the thought of them disappearing is too much to bear. This fear is not just an abstract idea, it is a physical feeling. It is the knot in your stomach when you think about quitting your job. It is the racing heart you experience when you imagine telling your family you want a different life. It is the heavy blanket of anxiety that smothers you in the middle of the night. Fear is a real and potent force. It convinces you that the comfortable, familiar unhappiness you feel now is better than the unknown, potentially catastrophic unhappiness that might await you on a new path. So, we must learn to have a different relationship with fear. Instead of letting it be the driver, we can let it be a passenger. We can acknowledge its presence. We can listen to its concerns, because some of them might be valid, but we cannot let it make all the decisions. The work is to hear the fear, to thank it for trying to protect you, and then to take a small, courageous step forward anyway. It is about understanding that a life lived in service of avoiding fear is not a life fully lived. There is a quiet dignity in staying, and we must acknowledge this truth. Sometimes, the choice to remain in a life that no longer feels true is an act of love and responsibility. Many people stay for their families. They stay to provide stability for their children. They stay to care for aging parents. They stay to support a partner's dream. They put the needs of others before their own desires. This choice is not a sign of weakness. It is often a profound act of courage and sacrifice. It is a valid and honorable path. The trouble begins when staying is no longer a conscious choice, but a heavy chain. It is when the sense of duty turns into a feeling of being trapped. This happens when the inner voice that whispers, "You are not living the life you truly want," grows louder and more insistent each day. Yet, the body continues to go through the old familiar motions. You get up, you go to work, you smile at the right times, you meet your obligations, but inside, something important begins to hurt. That hurt can slowly curdle into a quiet and persistent grief. This is how some of the most successful looking people can end up feeling deeply lonely. They are surrounded by admiration but feel fundamentally misunderstood. They are praised for a performance, not for their true self. The gap between their inner reality and their outer life becomes a chasm. They feel that they are not living honestly. This dishonesty is not meant to deceive others. It is a form of self-preservation. It feels easier to maintain the facade than to deal with the potential fallout of telling the truth. This sense of duty can also be tied to the past. You may feel a duty to honor the sacrifices you made to get where you are. You think of the long years of study. You think of the late nights at the office. You think of the risks you took. To walk away from it all can feel like you are invalidating your own history. It can feel like you are saying that all that effort was for nothing, but that is not the truth. The truth is that every part of your journey has brought you to this moment of awareness. And now you have a new duty, the duty to listen to what your life is telling you. So, if this is your story, how do you find a way out? How do you begin to dismantle a life that is both comfortable and suffocating? The answer is almost never a big dramatic leap. The courage to change does not usually arrive like a lightning bolt. It begins quietly. It starts with small intentional acts that create a little bit of space for something new to grow. It is about gently turning toward the life you want, not running away from the life you have. Here are some simple, gentle ways you can begin. The very first step is simply to notice the feeling and give it a name. Turn inward and acknowledge what is there without judgment. Say to yourself, in the quiet of your own heart, I feel trapped. I am tired of pretending. This life no longer brings me joy. Naming the feeling makes it real. It takes it out of the shadows of vague dissatisfaction and brings it into the light. When you can name it, you can begin to work with it. This simple act of naming is the first step toward reclaiming your own truth. Next, you can make a safe experiment. This is not about quitting your job or selling your house. It is about trying one small thing that does not threaten the stability of your current life. Read a book on a subject that has always fascinated you. Sign up for a free online class in a totally different field. Have a coffee with someone whose work you find interesting. These small moves are like sending out a scout into new territory. They are low-risk ways to gather information and learn what might be possible for you. Another powerful step is to talk with someone you truly trust. This could be a dear friend, a loving partner, or a professional coach. Find one person who can listen without judgment. Speak your fears and your longings aloud. You will often find that fears shrink when they are brought out into the open. A compassionate listener can help you see options you may have missed. They can reflect your own courage back to you. The simple act of being heard can be incredibly healing and can give you the strength to take the next step. Once you have taken those first small steps, you can begin to build a bridge to a new life. A bridge is not built in a day. It is constructed piece by piece with care and intention. One of the most important pieces is starting to rework your identity in small, gentle ways. Instead of defining yourself solely by your job title, try using broader, more expansive language. Try saying to yourself, I am a person who loves to learn new things. I am someone who is good at solving problems. This small shift in language creates more room for you to grow. Another crucial piece of the bridge is planning for your safety. If money is one of your biggest fears, you can start to address it directly. You do not need to have millions in the bank to feel safer. You can start by creating a simple budget to understand where your money goes. Then, try to save a small, manageable amount each month. Even a little bit of a financial cushion can dramatically lower your anxiety. The act of making a plan, no matter how small, gives you a sense of agency and control over your future. You must also prepare yourself to accept a small amount of loss. When you begin to change, some of the respect you have grown accustomed to may fade. Some people may not understand your choices. That is a painful but often necessary part of the process. But as that old respect fades, a new kind of respect will begin to grow. It will come from the people who admire your honesty and your courage. It will come from yourself. You have to decide which kind of respect you want more. The most joyful part of building this bridge is finding meaning in new places. You can do this right now without changing anything about your job or your primary role. You can start a small side project that you are passionate about. You can volunteer for a cause that matters to you. You can start writing. You can start painting. You can start gardening. Often these small acts of creation and service can bring back a sense of purpose that has been missing. They become the planks of your bridge, leading you toward a life that feels more whole. Courage is not always a loud roar. Sometimes it is the quiet voice at the end of the day that says, I will try again tomorrow. It is not a single, heroic leap across a chasm. It is a series of small, determined steps. It is the courage to say the truth to a friend. It is the courage to read a book that challenges you. It is the courage to sit down and make a plan. These small acts build on each other. They create momentum. They slowly build a new life, giving you room to experiment and even to fail safely. Redefining what success means to you does not require you to deny all the good things in your life. It is not about throwing away your past. It is about choosing what fits the person you are today. For some, it may mean keeping the job they have, but finding a deeper sense of meaning outside of work. For others, it may mean a complete career change. For still others, it may simply mean learning to speak more honestly with the people who admire them. Any path forward requires care. Do not rush. Be gentle and kind to yourself through this process. If you have been reading this and you feel that familiar ache in your heart, please know this: you're not alone. So many people feel the same way. The life that looks like the pinnacle of freedom from the outside can feel like a trap from the inside. That feeling does not mean you are weak or ungrateful. It means you are awake. It is a sign that something deep inside you is calling for your outer life and your inner life to come into alignment. It is a call to wholeness. You do not have to fix everything all at once. That would be overwhelming. Just begin with one small test. Take one small, honest step in a new direction. Notice how your heart responds. Name the fear that comes up. Make a simple plan. Talk to one person you trust. These moves do not waste your past. They honor it. They use the foundation of what you have already built to add new, more vibrant threads to the tapestry of your life. Success can be a gift. It can also be a form of safety that keeps you from living your truth. The brave work is simply to listen to yourself. Do you think success has ever made your life safer but less true?